Hello, everyone. Native American Tatanka here, at my family home here. Beautiful sunny day here in Florida. Want to give a big shout out to CJ Nova, 992, and SAGs. They make the water move in the mountains. Smash that like button and subscribe to make the horses run free over the internet.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new episode. It is going to be the SPFL RECAP Transfer Edition, Special Edition. Now, I didn't actually expect to do this, but Snags was like, mate, we need to talk about the transfers, and I was like, of course. So let's introduce the man of the hour, the man who was out last week, and I did miss you, Snags channel. Snags channel.
Snags, is it Snags, or as some people call me Sass? Aye.
Yes.
Evening, mate. Aye, that fucking Bobag Tatanka, who'll no doubt feature on this fucking recap, the wee Taj Mahal. Can't even say Snags, called me Sass. What's that about? It's fucking SN, Snags. What's not to get there, you know what I'm saying? So if anyone calls me Sass in the pub next week, I'll chin you cunts. I want to joke.
Can I just say, you're just being very sassy right now?
Oh. Stop it, you.
Stop it. If that doesn't deserve 500 likes in this video, I just didn't care what will, to be honest with you.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
I thought we'd break it down team by team, sort of like we do most times. We'll start off with Aberdeen, we'll work our way through, talk about some of the key signings, maybe give you like reports on some of the players, because I've kind of missed. Obviously, I've just been talking about most of the Rangers on part of the roundup, as it's called the Rangers Roundup. Most people want to know more about the transfer, so this is just going to be a shorter episode. It's not going to be like an hour and that long like we've done in the past, talking about each teams and stuff like that. All we're going to be talking about is just the transfers ins and out and our opinions on them. Should be a fun episode. Hopefully do get involved and let us know what you think in the comments below as well. But let's start off with Aberdeen. Who do you think is their key signing of the window?
A lot of people would expect me to say Stevie May, given the impression that he's made so far, and the fact that he looks like a fucking Viking and a Game of Thrones character rolled into one. However, for me, it's Ryan Christie, who's coming back for his second loan spell from Celtic. I think that's especially good business, and now that he knows it'll be at Pittodrie for another year, seems to be kicking on and performing really well, and I think he's going to be a key player for them going forward and provider of goals for said Viking and Game of Thrones character.
Yeah, like I think maybe Stevie May would probably steal the headlines, but I think that's been a very, very clever bit of business for Aberdeen bringing him in, because he does make them tick. Even in their slight, like their European run, I thought he was maybe man of the match, to be honest with you, and most of the games he played. I thought Stevie May, you kind of mentioned he'll score goals. I'm really annoyed that they got him, to be honest with you, because he's a natural goal scorer, especially up here. If he wants to play football, he's a bit like the Anthony Stokes. Like apparently some of these fans for down south kind of say he was a bit lazy on the park, but it looks like he's a bit hungry to play, and he's already scored a couple. My one, though, I'm actually going to speak about is Dominic Ball. I just wanted your opinion. I was quite upset about that one, to be honest with you. Obviously, having the Tottenham roots as well, I watched them kind of for years, watching that, like coming through the youth and everything like that, and obviously got to Rangers. I was like, that's a perfect marriage. How's Aberdeen?
And you know, it leads me to kind of two short points on this particular topic. I watched some of the highlights of when he played for fucking Rotherham, and in fact he was terrible, and some of his decision making was really poor. And I think that's one of the reasons that Spurs let him go, because I don't know if you remember, but he did get a couple of games to try and prove himself under Pochettino, and he pretty much threw them both away down the fucking toilet as much as he possibly could.
I felt bad.
I mean, for me, he needs to go leaps and bounds above what he's been playing with Rotherham. And I highly suspect that Derek McInnes has brought him in as a direct replacement for Ryan Jack to kind of fulfill that defensive midfielder role. But there's no way on earth he's going to be as good or as intelligent as Ryan Jack. But he's a nice kind of solid, semi-reliable player. So hopefully he won't have to do too much work. But I don't think it's enough to bridge the gap between us and them. So for me, I think it's going to be a flop.
I thought interesting one. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll all determine where he'll play. If he plays centre defensive mid, I think he'll fill in, do a decent enough job. If he's playing at centre back, I think he'll be a bit exposed, because obviously when he played for Rangers, and that's probably most of us are coming from, as he was against part-timers. Remember, Andy Halliday, and that looked amazing as well. So I think if you play him at centre back, he'll be exposed. Protect him, put him in the middle of the park, and along with Shinnie and stuff like that, and you might get a decent sort of physical player in the middle of the park for him. Some of the other ones that's left, Johnny Hayes is maybe the biggest one that's actually left the club. Went to Celtic. Neil McGinn as well, which was interesting. That's kind of like their entire identity, if you think about it, what it was for a couple of years, was down in the wings. Both of them's gone now. Other one, Ash Taylor, kind of left. And I don't see anything else, to be honest with you, any other bigger names that's left, to be honest.
Only really Johnny Hayes, but that was an early bit of business for Celtic, you know. So I think, you know, they have lost a bit of flair in Hayes and Jack, and, you know, even players like Pollitt, I suppose, who had that little bit of skill, you know. So I think they're kind of going for a sort of solid structure as opposed to a team that plays with any flair. So I think that's probably going to be the downfall this season, and why they'll finish below Rangers, which is not what I've predicted previously. However, now that the business has been done, I favour us to finish above them.
So you expect Celtic to finish third then? I think maybe the best bit of news that Aberdeen sort of done, and they actually remained to keep their manager, because at one point it did look like he was going down to Sunderland. Like I was assuming I was going, he went, nah, no thanks, bigger budget, we're an ambitious. And he was like, nah, I'm going to continue and stay, build the project that I'm doing with Aberdeen. So fair play to him for that. That took a lot of balls to do that, because I think every other manager in the world maybe would have took it. But obviously believes in his players. Maybe something was said like with the Sunderland job, but yeah, that's a good bit of business keeping him as well, because I think he's actually, what he's done at Aberdeen in such a short time, quite thumbs up.
Agreed.
Right, let's talk about Celtic. This should be fun. Now, controversially, I don't know when this video will go up, but currently I'm being absolute slaughtered for not mentioning some Celtic players, so we better protect yourself, Snags, all right, or they'll come for you, all right, because I'm currently going into hiding after this. Okay. So as soon as I film this, I'm going to hide. So be careful who you pick as your key signing, mate. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. Good luck.
Okay, mate. Well, to not just to appease your clan of followers, our clan of followers, because it's our thing, I'm going to go for Oliver Cham.
Good luck.
His name is spelled Ntcham, and most people like yourself might say Nithcham or Incham or some shit like that, but it's actually pronounced Cham. It's silent NT. So for those of you wondering, that's how you say it. If you didn't want to upset the guy when he comes out, then he call him Intacham, or he'll punch your face out. So he's obviously emerged as a youngster from Manchester City, and a very good player from what I've seen of him so far. He's neat and tidy, skillful, and kind of the sort of type of midfielder that Celtic have been signing over the past 3 or 4 years. They kind of like that type of guy in the midfield, like Beaton and stuff like that. You know, they like the guy with a bit of silky skill and flair, but obviously neat and tidy in the pass, because it fits with their attacking system. For me, he's the major standout. I mean, obviously Johnny Hayes from Aberdeen is a really good signing. He was, as I've previously stated, statistically the best player in the SPFL last season. So that's a really good player for them. And also, we can't fail to mention the fucking hashtag PR7 WTF. I've never seen a club unveil a loan signing like that before. Where, you know, they basically put a massive video on. I think there was a fucking Chinese dragon come out Celtic Park as well, like before he walked out, and all that, some fireworks and shit. Patrick Roberts, I mean, to be fair, I was pretty gutted that they got him back, and I just hope that he repeats the form against us in the semi-final of the League Cup, where he had an open goal to finish and he fucking spooned it wide.
Thanks for that. Paddy, I call him Paddy Roberts because I was assuming that was his name, but apparently it's Patrick, so better change that around. So
Paddy is actually a nickname for somebody who's called Patrick, mate, just so you're aware. Educating you obviously on the channel as I normally do.
What can I say, mate? I'm just here for the face. That's it. There's just nothing behind the eyes. I think that's a very good signing for them. I think he'll be a solid player. Johnny Hayes, I'll be interesting, because I think now with Paddy Roberts coming in, you'll be like, is Johnny Hayes even going to start many games or now? Because obviously that's the side Paddy Roberts is. So that could be already a knock on his Celtic career, because you kind of know for these players that come from maybe the smaller teams in the league, or like the Aberdeens or anything like that, they didn't get too many chances at Celtic Rangers. You just kind of have to go back and look at some of the players that's wasted their careers on the bench. So that might already be a knock on him, but I think Paddy Roberts has got the talent, and if you're going to lose your place in the squad to someone, it's probably going to be someone like him. Not quite to the level like Ronaldo, I'd say, but yeah, he's all right. He's a good player. The other one I wanted to kind of just speak about is some of the ones that's actually went out. To be honest with you, I'm going to move to Inzaghi, because obviously I remember him being like an absolute star, and you've got to give Tierney credit, because he absolutely just stole his job and just never gave him it back. So he's left. Efe Ambrose has obviously went to Hibs, which is quite hilarious. And also Gary Mackay-Steven now. He likes to sleep in the Kelvin and everything like that, so that's cool. But is it a loan or is it a signing?
The guy loves a fucking swim, mate. There's no denying that. He's the kind of guy who's begging for a bath, like immediately after anything that he does. And fair play to the lad. He's a signing for Aberdeen, undisclosed fee. A really important point to know, actually, and something I was going to mention at the end, but I'll mention it now, is Celtic at one stage last season had 31 players or 32 players in their squad. And obviously Brendan Rodgers has thought, you know what, this year I've got a good fucking solid foundation. I'm going to spend less and trim the squad down, because I feel that, you know, we've got a good enough squad to basically win the league and keep Rangers at bay for another season. So I think that's kind of good for them, that they've kind of reduced the wage bill as much as they have, and mostly through loans, and obviously players out. But I think that's kind of their sort of strongest position this season.
Yeah, completely agree. I think they've got rid of a lot of the dead weight because they had some people you were like, they're good enough players, but no good enough to break into that Celtic team. To be fair, there's no many that can, and their starting 11 is very, very strong. I may have suggested some players you'd have already known, but we'll leave that. We'll know that. The other good point in news for Celtic, I suppose, is Brendan Rodgers stays, because obviously there was that sort of thing with the fans, and then there was some apparently other clubs down south that was looking at him. So they kept him for another year, and I expect him to win this title pretty easily, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to try and just bum it up or that. They'll win it in ball. I think without a sweat, especially with that team. They've strengthened. Again, Cham, is it?
Yeah.
I prefer Nitcham, but I'm going with Cham just for you.
You go for Nitcham, mate. You fucking do what you like. He sounds like a character off EastEnders.
Oh, Nitcham, lad. No, Dunny. Right, we can't make a fool of him, all right, or I'll get killed. I'm having to black out my curtains and everything because I never mentioned him the other day, all right? I'm on hiding.
All right.
Yeah, all the best things about the guy. Please leave me alone. I feel like Gaza when he done that thing. I had to apologise and everything to him. He's like, that's like me. I'm like, I'm really, really sorry. Okay. I didn't mention him. Sorry. Right, let's move on to Dundee before I get another death threat. Okay. Anything to say about Dundee? Who do you think their key signing was?
A guy that we've talked about before, obviously Sofiane Musa. He's out injured at the minute, which is a shame. But obviously he started out well. He got his hat trick, but obviously he's recovering for surgery at the minute. But if he can get fit and McCann can keep him fit, I think he's going to be a proper key player for him. Good enough replacement for Kane Hemmings and Greg Stewart. Was obviously costly for previous boss Paul Hartley. It's not easy with the budget that they had available, but I think they've done as well as they can do. So for me, it's Sofiane Musa really is the key signing for them, and obviously Scott Allen as well, who they've got on loan from Celtic. If he can hit a bit of form, then I think he'll be fantastic for them, and he needs to, because this is kind of his last chance, because there's no way that he's getting in that Celtic midfield under Brendan Rodgers if he keeps being as inconsistent as he has been. So
let's talk about one player that actually left him, and that was Rory Loy. He actually went to Falkirk.
Yeah,
so that's cool. Hopefully it helps with Falkirk. Apart from that, Scott Allen's probably the one, kind of the main signing. They're kind of looking for the forms like Darren O'Day and stuff like that. I know Baz was saying Scott Allen looks pretty good because apparently he's watching them out now because we're going to be playing them. So he's probably the danger man, like you said. This is his sort of last chance now. He's played with every club in Scotland, I think, basically. So yeah, needs to find a bit of form. Apart from that, they've got a very limited budget, let's be honest with you. They've done well just to bring in the players that actually have, and hopefully their striker can continue banging goals, especially after we called them out on it and said, who the fuck is he? So that was fun. Thanks for that.
Agreed, mate. And one other name that stands out for me, just for the name and the team that he's come from, is a chap called Randy Walters, who's come from Go Ahead Eagles. I'm going to keep an eye on that guy.
Move to the Hamilton Ackies, if you don't mind.
I don't mind, mate. I don't mind at all. So key signing for Hamilton Ackies is their central defender, Javier Tomas, who is an unknown quantity. But Ryan Fulton as well was a young Scottish goalkeeper that Ackies have got high hopes for. And if Hamilton are going to stay in the Premiership, they need a goalkeeper who is consistently good, which is something they've been lacking for quite some time. And obviously key players is obviously always going to be Ali Crawford, but he's not in part of the transfer story here.
Yeah, I think probably the best news that they've done was actually keeping hold of Ali Crawford, to be honest with you. That's probably the best news that they've done, because a lot of people were sniffing around him, especially the way he actually started the season. So fair play to Izakis. He's done well, held on to your best player and brought in potentially some good players. Hopefully the young Scottish goalkeeper as well. He's for Liverpool, eh?
Yeah, he's from Liverpool, correct, yeah. So he's obviously come from pedigree. So,
so is it a loan or is it a permanent signing?
It looks like permanent, yeah.
Oh, well played. Hopefully it hits the ground running, mate, because we always need better Scottish goalkeepers. That's what we need.
We do indeed, mate.
We move on to the old Heart of Midlothian.
Indeed, mate.
Right, this is going to be an interesting one, because I'm quite curious to see who you're going to pick as your key signing, because I feel like I know who it is, but at the same time, it'll be interesting coming out your mouth saying the name. So, who is Hearts' key signing?
Well, for me, it's CJ Nova 992, as the Americans call you. I'm going to say Christoph Berra.
Right, okay, that's interesting. You threw that enough, son. I'm proud of you.
But obviously, alongside him is there's no denying that Kyle Lafferty has been a good influence since he's joined. You've only got to look at his performance against us, where he doubled up as a very effective right back, which shows obviously his versatility. And obviously, if he keeps that up and keeps his attitude good, then he will definitely be a key signing for him. And obviously, Northern Ireland looking to qualify for the World Cup finals. He needs to be playing at his best and scoring goals to be considered for the squad, mate. So he's got that at the back of his mind as well. And obviously Christoph Berra has been fucking phenomenal since he come in. And I read a report on it might have been Barry Ferguson that was talking about him, and basically said that he was a fucking nightmare to play against because he's one of the defenders that gets up on your face and like fucking nips your skin and like bites your legs and all that carry on. So he's going to be a real key signing for them. Obviously, not shipping goals is key for them to finish top 6 this season, which is something they've struggled with already. So we'll see how that pans out.
I'm always surprised about the hate that Berra gets. Like even in like when my Scotland videos and stuff, I talk about Berra. I think he's a good defender. Like that Hearts, the performance he put against Rangers, like that last ditch challenge everything on Windass, fucking nailed Windass, but at the same time he got the ball. I think for man, he's a great. I'd have loved him to sign for Rangers, if I'm honest with you. Like he even had great performances the last 2 years in FIFA. He's got team of the season card, so that means like he's been the most consistent player in that team. So you look at that, and he's came to Hearts. And he's in the Scotland defence, just got a clean sheet as well. I'm really surprised when he gets hate. I think he's a fantastic sort of man-for-man defender. And yeah, Lafferty's an interesting one. I just hope he flops, to be honest. I'm fuck him. One of the outs that left is Ian, their actual manager. And they've got big Craig Levein as manager. I jokingly said that to you. He was going to take over. Remember, we were kind of laughing and saying he wants to take care of him. No, it looks like he is. He's a kit man as well here.
You fucking interviewed yourself.
So what sort of strengths do you bring to the job, Craig? Well, I've been in football for a long time, and I'm actually fucking brilliant. So maybe hire me. Oh, that's a great idea, Craig. I think you will. Sign the dotted line, Craig. Okay, Craig.
He offered himself a contract. He was like, that's actually a good amount of money there. Actually, quite happy with that. Let's move on to Hibs before I get even more annoyed at Kyle Lafferty. I just hate seeing his name anywhere near my screen. Hibernian. This will be interesting to see because they sign a lot of players in and also let some of them go. So who do you think is going to be their key signing?
The key signing for me is a young chap called Simon Murray, who obviously they've signed from Dundee United with a view to kind of seeing how he performs at Premiership level. A striker's been something that they've needed, but saying that, obviously they've proven that they can score goals from anywhere over the park. We've got Stephen Whittaker as well, who we know is versatile, and when he's on his game, he can be unplayable. So that'll be like Barry Mackay, 1 game a season, which isn't it, because he's had 2 or 3 now where he's been really good. So we shall see, my friend. They've had a lot outs, obviously. Jason Cummins being the kind of biggest out that they've had. Fraser 5'8" is away, forever remembered for Martin Waghorn sending him to Asda that time when we beat them at Ibrox. So, I think they're going to struggle with the transition, but I think they will likely sit in the top 6 this season. And I think performing well in the cup ties will be their goal this season.
Murray scored against us, didn't he? Believe it did. I think he did. Did he not score the first goal? Didn't he take that away? I'm sure he did. Maybe I'm not. I can double check. Don't worry, I'll cut all this out. He was like a genius, mates, honestly. And also, they signed the Lithuanian player that was actually playing against Scotland for Juventus. Was playing against Scotland a couple of days ago. He looks gaff. He scored a nice goal against us as well.
Against Slavička, some shit. I don't even know how to say that shit, mate.
That's what I was going to say as well. That's exactly how I was going to say
it. We've also signed Brandon Barker on loan from Manchester City.
Man City. How do you feel about Big F.A. Ambrose? I suppose we need to touch on him because he's an interesting one.
F.A. Ambrose has been passing off as a footballer for quite some time, when in fact he's a joiner.
He's a joiner.
He's not a real footballer, mate. He's just fucking masquerading. He did like a wee video and uploaded it to YouTube and got his mate to edit it for him.
Don't even worry, we're completely all right. So yeah, I think that one's just a strange signing. I don't even know if he's playing. Was he playing against Rangers?
I don't think. I can't remember.
I don't think he was, but maybe you, the Hibs fans, can let us know down in the comments below. I think they're going to have a good season. I predict them a wee bit higher in top 6. I think they're going to be finished 4th, maybe even 3rd, depending if St Johnstone. No, 4th. Sorry, yeah. I was going to say 5th or 4th, depending on how St Johnstone actually do. But yeah, let's move on to Big Jig's Army.
Big Jig's Army. I'm pleased that obviously Jig got the permanent job at Kilmarnock. I think that's a good reward for how he did filling in. So fair play to him. Obviously, they've recruited the likes of Kirk Broadfoot, way, and Gordon Greer, who must be about 55 by now. He's the fucking new Davy Weir. The key signing for them was Dom Thomas. When obviously a lot of people are surprised that Motherwell let him go because the guy's a talent. But obviously they think that his little loan spell at Queen of the South is just kind of like been the little sort of nudge that he needed to kind of kick on and do well. So they've got high hopes for him. Obviously, the mission to create Rangers squad from 2010 is still ongoing. They've got Chris Buck obviously now as well.
That's what I was going to mention. I think he'll be their key signing, to be honest. I genuinely believe that.
Cammy Bell. Oh, he's still got it, mate. He's still got it. Was it Partick or Ross County he was at last season?
Fuck knows, mate. I genuinely can't remember. Yeah, I might have one of them.
Yeah, because that's who they fucking signed them from. Aye, and obviously, you know, he fucking showed against us when we played them that he's still got a bit of magic and he's going to be a danger on the crossbow. So we'll fucking see what happens with that. I'll be watching them with a keen interest. They've also signed a guy called Alan Power from Lincoln City. I love that name. That's lovely.
I'll be interested to see how they work Stephen Smith in the midfield as well. I believe they're sticking to that. So it'll be quite interesting to see, because it is generally the Rangers team in 2010. It's mental. Just he signs any old Rangers players, it's fine. Can't wait.
He's gone for experience, they call it. He's gone for experience, mate, but maybe a bit too much experience. And I don't think he should rely too much on Chris Boyd this season. Obviously, and particularly in the more important fixtures where they're playing teams in the top six. But I think they'll fall outside the top six this season. I don't think they're good enough quality to stay in it.
I think they staying in the leagues, maybe Big Jig's fucking main priority this year, to be honest with you. Maybe as high as he can go, but as long as he survives, I think he'll keep his job anyway, because there's still not enough money in there to actually make any decent sort of worldly signings. But let's move on to Motherwell. Kenny, if you've been following the SPFL recap, you can kind of expect who's going to be the key signing, because you talk about him every week on the stats, everything like that. So who's the key signing?
It is, of course, winger Chris Cadden. Chris Cadden has been phenomenal since coming in the summer. And obviously now that they've managed to retain the services of Lewis Moult, I think the pair of them are going to be key to Motherwell. And I think actually, you know, even though they've lost Keith Lasley in the midfield, who I thought was going to play until he was fucking 185, that guy, he's now in the coaching staff, but obviously he can pass that knowledge on to the talent coming through. But I mean, to be fair, Motherwell have got a really good squad, and I'd be surprised if they don't finish high in the bottom six. I don't think they'll make the top six, but you know, they're certainly a team to sort of keep an eye on. And your man Stephen Robinson, who's kind of an unknown entity, he's done really well and he's recruited really well. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think Moult's probably the best bit of transfer news that they've actually done. Again, keeping him, which was a massive surprise. One of the other surprises that I've kind of mentioned a few times, even though you think necessarily he's championship level, letting Scott McDonald go as well. So they must have had so much belief that they were keeping Moult to let McDonald go so early and keeping Moult. So fair play, they fucking knew what they were doing anyway. They were like, this is what we're doing, we're not selling him, he's not leaving. Cool, thanks for coming.
And I tell you what, you know, they've tried to build like an English core, which is interesting, because a lot of their ins have come from English clubs like Coventry City, Leicester City, Man City, Everton, Bolton Wanderers, Blackpool, Grimshaw from Preston North End, not actual Grimshaw. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fare, but like I said, I think they're going to be quality. And it'll be interesting to see how the manager pulls that side together. But obviously, Chris Cadden's going to be the key player for them, and I'd be very surprised if one of the old firm don't try and lure him away in January or the summer.
Right, let's have a wee check now to the old Partick Thistle. The man that I always remember, whenever I think of Partick Thistle, I just remember that man coming in saying we didn't talk about him enough at my work. So because of that, we need to just give a wee bit of detail here because I'm scared. All right, to be honest with you. So who do you think has been their key signing right away? I'd probably say Liam Lindsay was their biggest thing to let go. But have they brought in good enough replacements or anything like that? How are you thinking?
Your man Turnbull, Jordan Turnbull, who they've signed from Coventry City. Sammy's wee cousin Harry is a Coventry City fan, and he speaks very highly of Turnbull, and he was surprised that actually they let him out on loan. He's a strong centre half, and he's a really good passer of the ball. So he'll be kind of the guy to watch. And Thistle have actually had a really quiet transfer window. They've not really done too much. Obviously, they brought in Miles Storey from Aberdeen. I think he's going to be a good player for them as well. Other guys, Blair Spittle, he might be a name that you remember. I think he started out at Dundee United. And obviously Paul McGinn as well returns to the SPFL. I hate that little cunt. And Connor Salmon from Hearts. That's a bit baffling for me because he's kind of hot and cold, Connor Salmon. He's not really an out-and-out striker. So I'm not sure how they plan to use him. but it'll be interesting to see how they do. I mean, last season they finished in 6th. I think this season they're going to finish maybe 11th or 12th. I think they don't have too much quality there, but obviously if they can shore up defence, then that's going to be their saving grace.
I kind of still see them struggling, if I'm being honest with you, throughout the whole year. I think it'll be kind of depending on how they actually play against teams at their level rather than the other teams. But yeah, hopefully they do semi-decent. I didn't see anyone like Liam Lindsay. I think it's a massive, massive blow for them. They've obviously got the young laddie on loan, Turnbull, but it just depends how quickly he adapts. And it'll be interesting to see. The manager's actually been there for quite a wee while now there as well, so that's kind of showing you a bit of consistency for Thistle and fair play to them. Obviously got them to the top 6 this year. Do you see them breaking that, or do you see them slipping away?
Nah, they'll slip away, mate. They'll struggle to stay up this season, I think. Yeah, and Alan Archibald actually was quoted for the Swindon Town job, would you believe?
What? You cheeky Swindon. Because it's rare you see, like, especially in the SPFL, like, managers stay for a long time. Like, is that like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Fair play him. Got to be project there. Especially when you're not getting much of a budget, You think he'd run as soon as he gets offered any kind of money. But let's talk about the Rangers. Your favourite, everyone's favourite part of the SPFL recap. So this will be interesting. Who's been the key signing for Rangers? I'm going to go on a wee bit of a rant when we talk about the outs. I feel like you know who I, but I'm going to let you go first. We'll let the happiness go.
Okay, man. I'm going to surprise you again because the key signing for me has probably. I mean, the marquee signing is obviously Bruno Alves. Everybody talks about Bruno Alves and his fucking magical ability to fucking shoot a free kick from anywhere on the fucking park and get it in the back of the net. But for me so far, based on what we've seen, the key signing for me is Candias. He's shown obviously pace, turnover, great expected assists, great assist ratio, and obviously he's been provided and scorer. So I think for me he is a key, and obviously we've been really busy. Dorans is also a marquee signing. Morelos is hitting form. Ryan Jack, everybody talks about Ryan Jack. Pena's starting to play well now. Herrera's starting to score. Things are starting to sort of clip together. I'm really interested to see this Aaron Nemanja play, who have signed from Man City, and obviously Declan John, who come in on loan from Cardiff City. He's meant to be super fast. Perhaps not the best defender, but obviously that's what the Cardiff fans are saying. But we'll wait and see and judge on that. It depends on what kind of role Pedro's got him in for. Is he a direct replacement for Lee Wallace when he's out injured, or cover or whatever, or what is he? Is he going to push Lee Wallace up to left midfield? What's going to happen? It'll be interesting to see.
A marquee signing in the actual income is obviously Ryan Jack. I don't think that surprises anyone. It's something I'd been clamouring about for about a year before it actually happened. I always talked about my channel. He's the player Rangers needs. And it was actually quite surprising when it actually started to happen and everyone started getting excited on the channel. So yeah, he's my key signing. Let's talk about some of the outs. Just want to get to it. So I feel like I need to talk about it because I feel like maybe most people are excited to actually hear me talk about it. Barry Mackay, 500,000. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's got about 15,000 retweets. I retweeted it the other day. It's for the Nottingham Forest fans. It was saying, best 500k ever spent. Have you seen that? Where he's like flicking balls there, folk. It shows you. There's 2 versions. There's a really short version. Then there's one where he's scoring all his goals as well. So he just punts up to him, beats a couple of people, runs in between them, he scores, assists. 2 goals, 2 assists or something like that in 5 games, 500,000. And Nottingham Forest fans are laughing at us. I'm greeting every night. I miss him. Look at your face. You're like, wait till I dig about him. And I'm like, didn't it, Snags? It'll be the last podcast. So yeah, that's obviously upsetting. Wycon, I didn't really that argument about, he's scoring goals now. I think he's found his level down there. I think literally he wasn't a type of Rangers player. I've not got any problems with that one. Joey Garner, I've also got a wee bit of a problem with because I feel like he kind of carried us the last 5 weeks of the season because we actually started to cross the fucking ball for him. So that was a wee bit annoying, especially with him scoring goals for fun now there as well. But again, Barry Mackay and Joe Garner are the ones I'm especially upset with Barry Mackay being an utter disgrace. But yeah, I'm finished.
So, mate, I'm glad you got it out of your system. I've got similar feelings to you about Barry Mackay. Watching the videos back, it's effortless for him, and everybody's kind of hiding behind. He's done his one game of the season. He's 1 goal of the season. Well, he's scored 2 now, like you say. He's totting up the assists, and it seems he's got a real hunger for the system that he's playing in, the Matt Warburton system, which didn't do too well for us at Rangers, but seems to suit Forest especially well. So we wish him the best of luck, and we hope that they've tagged a fucking massive sell-on clause in his contract. Otherwise, I'll probably fucking kill myself.
See next year, see if he, like somebody signs him for like 10 million and we get nothing. That'll be fucking. I'll agree. I'll literally agree.
Special mention to Joe Dodie as well.
Oh yeah, he scored his debut.
He did, and the charitable manager was like, I saw Joe and I said to him, "How do you like to play?" "I like to play natural number 9, please." "Okay, you can play natural number 9. Boom, goal." So there you go. And obviously under Rangers, he played up left mid most of the time, which he fucking hated. A la Martin Waghorn, who played right. So I think it just goes to show when you take players out of a system and put them in positions that they like. Look at Josh Windass. They kind of come alive and do what they can do. So there you go. Fair fucking play to the guy, and hats off to you, Joe Dodoo. And thanks as well for scuppering the Jamie Walker deal, you wee slag.
You fucking little whore. You whore.
Didn't want to play for Hearts? Too big for you, eh?
No, no one gets a good player, no.
No.
Dick.
Chance to play at a fucking rugby ground for a bit, eh? Fuck you.
Oh, you want to go down south and prove yourself, do you? Okay.
You fucking get in the bin, you prick.
I suppose we should mention Billy Gilmore as well. I know it happened mega later. I think that's before we started talking, but I just wanted your thoughts. Obviously, going down to Chelsea FC, he'd probably get loaned out another 158 times before his career ultimately crumbles into nothing. How do you feel about Billy Gilmore?
It's a tough one, mate. It is a tough one because for Wayne's that young, the decision kind of falls on their parents to talk them in or out of the potential move that they're making. And I think Chelsea is one of these clubs that has a tip-top training facility, probably better than what we have at Auchenhowie. So, but for me, I think if he's going to be dipping in and out with players like Hazard and stuff like that to kind of learn from, then that's a fucking cool thing to do and something that he should experience if he has the opportunity to. And I know, like you say, there's a kind of downside to it where potentially he could be loaned out about fucking 500 times, but actually he might get loaned out somewhere where it's a view to buy and he ends up being a fucking quality player for somebody because he has got it in him. But it depends, because we'll need to follow his progress through to when he turns 21 to see whether or not if he's got it in him to make the grade, because that's generally the age that is cut off for youth players. If they don't make it by the time they're 21, that's it. They'll just fuck it off and go and become a fucking ice cream van driver or some shit. So I'll be watching it with interest, and I wish the lad all the best. But so far, he's played really well. He's got a really good head on him. He seems to be quite mature for his age, and I can see nothing but a bright future for him if he sticks his mind to it.
Yeah, hopefully. I think he's got a wee bit a better mentality than maybe Izzy. Was it Islam Ferez who obviously left Celtic in the exact same. He went away down there at that young age. Everyone was expecting, and I'd just maybe advise the boy just to look at that because he had like all the talent in the world. I think he went down at 16 or something like that as well. And then his fucking career's crumbled into dust. He's played for I think it's 18 teams or something like that, and he's only 21. And it's like what?
Attitude.
Yeah. He's not got the mental aspect. Don't think I'll say about Billy Gilmore. Hopefully he does well. Chelsea are actually got the best youth team, surprisingly. Some people think it'd be Southampton or Tottenham because they're kind of known for their youth players. But it's actually Chelsea wins the cup like 9 times. I think it's like 5 times in the last 6 years. So they're very, very good. It's just you look at Ruben Loftus-Cheek or even the guy just signed for Watford on loan. As they're actually England internationals have been caught up and they still didn't break into the squad at Chelsea. I think it's a bit of a one-sided career trajectory, but hopefully comes out the other end at joining a club that he's actually going to be able to play for, because I get great experience to now, win a lot as a youth player, and hopefully it kicks him on for the future. But I've not really got anything else to say, and maybe the outgoings. I was surprised that Sandaros left. No, I'm joking.
Fucking Senderos. Philippe Senderos was fucking working part-time in the bakery as the government.
Big Clint Hill's the only other wee sad one as well, but I feel like he's getting Carlisle. Was it Carlisle that he's waiting now? He's talking.
I've no idea. I know he was having trials at Chesterfield, I think, but I don't know if they signed him full time. No. I know he was involved in the Grenfell charity game at the weekend. So I fucking love Clint Hill. Fair fucking play to the guy. If I ever meet him in real life, I will buy him 100 pints.
Yeah, it's quite old. You have to protect him. Maybe get him some milk. Just hold on. Right, let's move on to Ross County then, because obviously the team I always forget about, to be honest with you. I'm always there, and I always think it's the end after Rangers. You're like, no, there's more. There's actually a couple more. So Ross County, who you thinking will be a good sort of player there? Any other key players, anything sort of grab your eye?
Well, the biggest out for them was obviously Liam Boyce, which was a real shame because Liam Boyce was statistically a fantastic striker last season, and he was really super effective for them. And I was surprised that he went to something like Burton Albion But I'm guessing they got a good fee and he got a good offer or whatever, and that was the choice for him. But they've signed Billy Mackay, and if he can recapture the form that he showed when he was at Partick Thistle, because he went to Wigan after that and he's been not so good. So if he can recapture that form, then that'll be a nice kind of like-for-like replacement for them. So Billy Mackay is the guy that I'm saying is going to hit a ball into your eye via a mince pie or maybe a curry pie. Now, who knows, but somehow it's going to happen. So there you go.
Mine, Alec Draper, I always do. Like, he's maybe not like top tier, but I feel like he gets everything ticking in the midfield. I spoke about him in one of the other SPFL recaps because it was just announced. So I think that's probably going to be him. The other one's definitely Boyce. Burke's obviously left, and the rest of them, to be honest, I didn't care too much about the Ross County side. From 100% honest.
But Draper's the sort of name that you would see on the side of a drill. So maybe he's got a line and fucking DIY that lad.
He's clued up, mate. He's not gone bankrupt at 35. He kens. He's got the DIY on the go.
Imagine the torque on his knees, mate, when he's fucking drilling some nails into a 2x4. Ho!
Ho!
Hacksaw.
I'll throw him in there. Don't even worry, mate. I'll take care of that. Let's move on to my namesake, my dark horse club, the club that stopped Celtic's 100% record so far this season. It's going to be St Johnstone. You did say they'd take a point off him.
Aye, mate, absolutely. So it goes without saying that Michael O'Halloran back from Rangers has been undoubtedly the best bit of business St Johnstone have done in the transfer window. He's come alive and he's scoring goals for fun. It'd be a surprise that if he doesn't continue that form throughout the rest of the season. And obviously Tommy Wright's a good manager. He knows how to play him and what his strengths are. They'll miss Danny Swanson, obviously. But obviously they hope that Stefan Skugel can provide what he provided in the midfield. So we'll see how that fucking pans out for those motherfuckers. And they keep punching above their weight, mate, but it's another season where they might finish fourth, you know. Got a good feeling about it.
You never know, mate. That's what I predicted anyway. And also, I kind of like Callum Hendry. I always mention him every week because he's Colin Hendry's son. He's a striker. He scored against us, though. It's a wee bit annoying, but hopefully it does well because they brought him in as well. From Blackburn Rovers. Anything else I want to just say about them really quickly is just I think Michael O'Halloran's a fucking tremendous piece. He's actually playing up front now. Do you get that? He's not out in the wing. He's like playing off the striker and that. I'm like, I wouldn't have even have thought of that. Tommy Wright's been getting a lot when I've been talking about Pedro and stuff like that, he's getting a lot of things saying he should actually have been the Rangers manager. What do you think about him as an actual manager? Tommy
very,
Wright?
very good. You've only got to look at St Johnstone the past couple of seasons. He builds a solid unit out of not a lot of cash. He's got a really good system of counter-attacking football, which I think will stand them in good stead. And it will fuck Hibs up as well, which is great. But yeah, I mean, I think any club that gets Tommy Wright as manager, would do well. He's the kind of guy that should get a chance with a larger budget. So we'll see what happens with him. He might end up at Celtic, to be honest.
Yeah, you never know, mate. Because if Brendan goes another undefeated season, he'll be fucking off to like Juventus or something like that. I can imagine. Somebody will take him anyway, so that'll open the door up for them. I want to pose you a wee question just before we end up in the video. Snags. Who is the signing of the season on the SPFL?
You can't fucking ask me that,
mate. You've got to pick one. You said just name their 12 like key signings. Who do you think is the signing of the season? And I'm going to be asked the viewers as well that was watching just while Snags thinks. Make sure to be firing yours down below. I feel like it's going to be Nitcham or Cham, apparently. So you can fire all down below. Tell me who the signing of the season is. And also, if you want to say the worst sale of the season, because we all know mine is Barry Mackay. So that's clear. I just wanted to mention that again. And I'll give you my signing of the season in just a second. But who's yours?
Okay, well, I'm not going to pick a lone player. So the top two for me, I'm going to pick a top two because it's difficult to single out one person. For me, at the end of the season, in fact, maybe we'll compare the stats of these two players, but Cham for Celtic and Graham Dorrans for us.
Oh, wow.
I think that they're being employed in very, very similar roles, and I'll be interested to see how they both fare at the end of the season, assuming that they both stay fit. But I think they'll be key players for their respective clubs, so we'll see what happens, mate. What about yourself?
I'll go with two as well, sort of mentioned two. Again, I'll not go for a loan. I was going to go for Ryan Christie, but he's a loan, so we'll kind of rule them out. So I'm thinking, I believe I'm going to go with two strikers because I've never seen Cham play. Sorry. I'm going to go with Stevie May for Aberdeen. I think he'll score a bag load. And I'm also going to go with Moralos from Rangers because I feel like he's going to be the star of the season for Rangers. So that is my two. We'll go back and look at our both two at the end of the season and see how they've done. Man, they just go really off form and they just play so shite because he has.
We've just cursed them.
That's it. Injured every one of them at the weekend out for the season. Fuck's sake. That's been the video. You got anything you want to shout out on that or announce?
I have, mate, actually. I'd like to give a wee special shout out to Andy, who obviously watches the podcast and the show. So Andy went to the dentist and was asked to rinse his mouth out and did a fucking sponsor break, man. I think that is amazing. Anybody that goes into the dentist, in fact, that should be everybody's mission. When you're next in the dentist, we want to see your fucking sponsor break videos. And if you can get the dentist in, I'll send you a fucking badge or some shit. I'll send you something nice. So do it.
You need to send us in some sponsor breaks, lads. I've seen some of them. I know Ben McNichol done it when it was at school, and it really made me laugh. I retweeted that. Was really funny as well.
McNichol.
What is that? What's his name? Did you come what it really is?
Mate, he fucking changed his Twitter name to help you, and you still can't fucking do it.
It's I've said McNeil. I've said McNichol.
And actually,
McKinnell. Oh,
I shouldn't be fucking helping you, but I will, because obviously I feel partly responsible for this channel.
McKinnell. Oh, that makes sense. That's easy. God's sake.
Fucking write it on a card somewhere now when you're referencing the guy.
You came when I'm reading out the fan recap the night for the Scotland game. I'll go, and Ben McNichol.
The guy's fucking probably sat there with a big fucking rock, and every time you say it, he smashes a window like, fucking no! I'm going to fucking come down there and smash your head in.
He's saying to all his pals, look, that's my name getting read out, and they're like, that's not your name though. He's not even reading you out. That's not even you. Exactly. I feel like we'll have to do a sponsor break then before we end. We do, because they love it, mate. All right, I'm thirsty, you're thirsty, we're thirsty as a one. So we're ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Sponsor break.
So this week's sponsor break comes with Health and Safety at Work by the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health. Be safe at work. Do not die. Remember to fill out the accident book. Thank you.
So that has been a video. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Again, it's a wee bit of a short and snappier episode, but again, it's just the transfers. But we'll be back next week. I've been CJ Nova 992. That's been Snags. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.